What's up guys, Crusader Kid here, and today we're going to be talking about Apex Legends. Now I'm not usually like a top countdown guy, like top 10 or top 5s, but I just wanted to make one for Apex because I really didn't have a lot of time to do anything else. But hopefully I'll have another Apex video and then maybe another Jump Force. I'm starting to get actually kind of good at the game. I know the last Jump Force video is really long, but I was trying to make it shorter, just kind of ran out of time. I want to just throw something out there just so, you know, I didn't waste too long in between videos. But I want to do a top 5 today of Apex, kind of things what it does differently, what sets it apart from everybody else, or maybe just stuff it does plainly better. I just kind of want to talk about that. Now this is no way like an order, I'm just going to start naming, I'm going to name all 5 things that I have in mind, but it's not in any particular order on how it goes, and we'll see how it goes. I might do more in the future, but I don't know, that's maybe my only one. So starting at number 5, I want to talk about the legend of this game. Now, usually we have a battle royale. There's only just, you have different skins and stuff. No one ever changes the game or the outcome of the game. Apex Legends is like a little bit different because we have these like legends or champions, what people call them, but I think they're officially legends. And there's 9 of them. And each of them have different abilities. They have a passive ability, a tactical, I think is what it's called, your L1 if you're on PlayStation, or right bunker if you're on Xbox. And then you have your ultimate, which is both your bunkers or both your ones on the PlayStation, which can definitely change how a game is. Like each of them have different abilities. Some are more for offense, some for defense, some are support. But not only that, you can also pick one that fits your play style better. Like Pathfinder, very mobile with a grappling hook. You can travel far distances. So if you're someone who likes to hang on the edge of the circle, you need to go somewhere pretty quickly, it can help you. And also with that new character with his jump pad ability, gosh, I can't think of his name, but he's the tweaker, is what I like to call him. Just adjusts his leg and run faster. But he can definitely help you travel the map. And then you have people like Wraith, where if you want to avoid gunfighter or maybe just tactically help your team move from place to place, you can do that. Like let's say if you're in a gunfight, place pull down, run away, use Wraith, teleport your team away, and you can wait for them for another ambush counterattack, or just to simply run away, cover ground. Bloodhound helps you find people. You have your Bangalores, if there's a smoke screen for offense or defense. It can greatly change what happens in a gunfight. Not only that, but you have to run teams of 3. Has to run teams of 3. So that means what your partners pick is also really important. And usually, like there's little symbols, like you have your cross for your support, your shield for defense, your bullet for offense. Unless you're like Bloodhound, he has his little radar. But this usually tells you what kind of play style helps out with. And I'm not saying that you have to pick different ones, but maybe that's something you should consider. Like say if you're running a Bangalore and a Wraith, maybe using a Lifeline or Pathfinder would help out. But you could just, run a Mirage. If that's just how you always play offensively, you're always on the offense, maybe that might help you. So Legends is just definitely something that most Battle Royale games don't have. They don't have, different characters doing different things, which is not a new concept, but for Battle Royale it is pretty new. So I'm going to put that as number 5. And the second one I want to talk about is weapon selection. It's very simple. And I think when it comes to the weapons, there's not a lot of weapons, there's not a lot of categories, and it's just really easy. Like there's only 3 assault rifles, 3 machine guns, 2 LMGs. Now there's 4 snipers, which is a lot of snipers, but I mean it's really it's kind of iffy. I think triple take, the longbow isn't good without its hopper, but 4 snipers I can live with. 4 shotguns, it's a little bit high, but 4 is a max, and that's only for snipers and shotguns. And then there's 3 pistols, which for a battle royale game isn't really that much. Now I really don't know the exact numbers for Fortnite per se. I mean, I know they have a lot of basically the same thing. Like they have like machine guns. You have machine guns, then you have like your green, your blues, and some are 3 round bursts and not. But I think if you count like all the different like rarities of the guns, that's still, I think, a lot more. I could be wrong on that math. But let's just take a game like Black Ops 4, Blackout. Now I know this mostly has to do with like DLC weapons into their multiplayer, the guns they have reoccurring in their zombies mode, but either way, there's still a lot of guns, and that really kind of sucked. I mean, how many assault rifles is there? Like 9 assault rifles? That's if you took all the assault rifles, submachine guns, and pistols at Apex, and that's about much you have. I think since the new Grand Heist operation, it may be a couple more, so that might be light machine guns. That's 4 gun categories that Apex would fill up. It just is ridiculous. So I want to put the gun selection, and one more thing. Guns are not all created equal, but you can use all these guns and still win gunfights. And yes, most of these guns are just average or below average without their attachments, but it's really the attachments that separate these guns, and also just skill in gunfights. So that's why I really just like the guns. I mean, I'm pretty sure other battle royale games do that, but I think Apex Legends has got its formula down right, its balancing down right for the guns, which is really impressive. I don't know how many nerfs and buffs they've done. I think they only done like minor changes, so they did really good on that, and I'm kind of glad about that. Now, the next one I want to talk about is fall damage. I honestly don't know another battle royale game that doesn't have fall damage. Like, I'm sure I haven't really played that many battle royale games, but I know Fortnite and Blackout, which are the 2 I mainly played. I guarantee you, Battlefields 1, they all have fall damage. You fall off a high cliff, you don't. Apex is a little bit different. You don't have any fall damage. You can jump off a high cliff, hit the ground, be fine. And I remember it was kind of weird to get used to at first, whenever I first played, because I was just, man, you have to have fall damage, or I thought that you have to have fall damage, but there was none, and that was really surprising. And also, I kind of want to just add this in there, is the I guess we can just categorize this as, you know, physics or whatever, but the sliding in this game, magnificent slide. I love the slide. If you slide downhill, you go faster. Like, why has nobody else thought about this before? And you know what? If you keep going downhill, you keep sliding downhill. That's just a great concept. I can't wrap my mind around how this hasn't been done sooner. But yeah, number 2 slot, I have the like loot crate system, the crate system, and you cannot get duplicates in this game, which really helps out people looking to get the stuff they want. Now I know there's like crafting metal and other things you can get. There's a lot of things that really aren't important, but the best part is there's no duplicates, and duplicates just kind of make the game harder to grind, because if you really want to get something, you can just get something that you don't want. You're like, okay, man, I really didn't want this, but now it's out of the way. That raises my chances of getting something I want. Now, that may not be true, because, you know, there's crafting metals and other things you can get, but I think it actually does statistically. Like, don't hate on me if I'm wrong somehow, but I'm pretty sure statistically your chances are raised. And that's just something I really love. I'm glad that they decided, yeah, this is what we want to do, because this really helps the game out. It makes me feel like every time I open one of those packs, I'm still accomplishing something. And then also says like every 30 you're guaranteed one, which makes me feel like until that 30 it truly is random, which I kind of like. I mean, it makes me feel safer. Now at the number 1 slot, I tried to make this like more important, but it's really not. There's really no order that I'm going with this, but this is just buying like the price. It's a free game, which is no shocker, but the season pass was like, what was the season pass? Give me like 1 second. But $10 for a season pass, which is actually like 950 Apex coins, which ends up being $10, which $10 for a season pass. Now, that's not bad. I'm basically paid $10 for an amazing game that normally I would pay $60 for. Like, now, if I pay $60, I probably want like a little bit more, like a small story mode or just something like that. But I am very, very happy with what I got. Now, I mean, Call of Duty, it just seems like a money grabbing system. I'm not gonna go on like not a Fortnite, but a Call of Duty just rant, because that's not what this video is, but Apex is cheap. Now, there is stuff, you can buy actually in the game. They're selling stuff for high prices, but think about it. They gotta make their money so far. And so far, the only thing they've gotten for most people is kind of $10. And you gotta pay the people who make these games. So I'm not mad against that. And I'm not mad against their season. Let's say 6 months later, I get 600 different tiers. I mean, not 600. I mean 6 different tier systems. So season like per month. I would not be mad, because I basically would pay what I would any other game, and I'm still getting everything that they're offering basically. Now, I think there might be a few things that are just, on the what is it called? The selling. They're just selling without crates or the shop they have, whatever. But it's worth it to buy that, because I feel like I'm supporting a game that's everything that I want it to be. Like, I really haven't had anything to argue with Apex. Apex has just been a game that everybody's really just wanted a battle royale game to be. So yeah, that's my 5 things to talk about Apex Legends. Just my 5 things I think just separate it and raise it above the rest. It's a good game. I like it. I hope to make an Apex video soon. And I also hope to make a Jump Force video soon, maybe a little bit later, because that game is so hard to get used to. It's such a cheese fest online. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye.